Order, and I apologize, we are about 7 minutes late. We just ran a little over time in closed session, but thank you very much for being here. Okay, so we are reconvening into open session, and during closed session we had a unanimous vote on our public employees. There was a discipline, dismissal, release discussion, and a food service worker discussion, and a superintendent discussion under public employment. We also had a conference with our legal counsel, anticipated litigation, significant exposure, which is limited to paragraphs 2, 3 of subdivision section 549, 56.9. We also had another legal counsel with existing litigation on confidential information involvement. And then I have one other thing I must read. Some legal things, I need to be very careful. Here we go. The last item we had, the board approved a confidential settlement for agreement OAH number 2014-090296 to resolve existing litigation in the amount of $120,000. And that ends our closed session. Yeah, that ends our closed session. Okay, the next item is a president's report. And I just have 2 items that I wanted to report out on. First of all, oh, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I did skip down. Sorry about that. May I have an approval of the agenda with time limits, please?
I move to approve the agenda with time limits.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Then I have the next item is a consent agenda. Is there any comments from the public or from the board on the consent agenda? Okay. May I have approval of the consent agenda, please?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Now the president's report, which I know you're all anticipating. Okay, so the first thing is superintendent search. And I just wanted to update everybody. Our consulting group, the COSCA group, has been out doing forums and interviews for the last a little over a week now. And in fact, by the time they get done, they will have had 62 meetings within our district, including large forums in the evening at all the major sites and individual ones with on site with various groups, including 9 at Redwood, 6 at San Andreas, 9 at Tam, 9 at Drake, and on and on and on. The reason I wanted to tonight, in fact, they're at the elementary school and the middle school, talking to parents of all of our feeder schools. So that is where they are. I did want to announce that tomorrow there will be an open forum at Redwood at 6 p.m. So if anybody hasn't had a chance to talk to them, they will be there. And then on Monday, there'll be a drop-in between 11 and 4 here in this room. You could come by. And then the last public one will be an open forum at 6 p.m. in Marin City. And that's at the Hannah Project, which is in a location right next to where the Best Buy used to be. So if you haven't had a chance, those are all opportunities where you could still speak with our consultants. And then another reminder that we still have the online survey available. So if you're not able to attend, please do take the online survey. Then the second item is just a statement that I wanted to give. Over the past few weeks, both in the public comment section and in emails to the board, we've had a number of concerns regarding the district's math program and specific questions about algebra at Tam High. Our challenges with student achievement in math are nothing new, and the Board of Trustees has expressed ongoing concerns about these issues over the last few years. The big question has been why overall the math performances across the district have been so uneven by subgroups, and why student achievement in math is below students in similar districts. One of the pieces to the puzzle has been whether there's been the effectiveness of the P1, P2. Because of the disproportionate number of students who are minority or special ed, and the high numbers of D's and F's that we've been seeing over the last few years, not a few years, but for quite a while, and that of those students in P1 and P2, given any given year is between 23 and sometimes as low as 3% of those students are even college eligible by the time they graduate. So these have been the concerns. That is why the town administration now also acknowledges that the support level that has been provided over this past year for the algebra has not been enough. And clearly, there's more that we must do to support the students. In order to make that progress, TAM High administration and the staff are working collaboratively and have formed a mathematics task force that will meet regularly for at least the remainder of this school year, maybe more than that. This group so far has met 3 times, parts of the group, since March 9th, and tomorrow will be a full release day for the task force members. And I thought I would share with you, the members are Julie Signard, Leah Herrera, Preston Pikus, Angela Gruel, Grace Aviles, Margie Brindley, Kurt Gephardt, Marcus Jameson, and David Wetzel. And we have very, very great confidence that the staff and the expertise in this collective group will be able to come up with improvements to the course and support services. The Board of Trustees will be receiving and will be sharing on a regular basis for updates from the task force throughout the rest of the year. And that's the end of my president's report. So it is now at the time of the board meeting that we have good news. Julie?
Thank you. Good evening. It is my great pleasure to introduce our mock trial team, our amazing winning mock trial team, 20 consecutive years winning mock trial team. But before I bring them up, I would like to acknowledge a couple of the folks that make this event and our team so special. I'd like to thank, and please come forward, Michael Rollins and Lorraine Ortega, our 2 teacher coaches.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not sure if I say our attorney coaches, but I'd like to acknowledge David Vogelstein, Dorothy Proudfoot, and Rick Brandon for all of their hard work with our students. I'm not sure if they're here tonight. A big round of applause for them. Last but not least, the incredible parent support and parent group that supports our mock trial team, which a number of them are sitting over there, and thank you parents very much for all your support. I know we can afford this all without you. And I would love to bring all the students up and turn this over to the coaches.
Just real quickly, I want to give the band of kids a great shout out. A lot of their cohort are, still recovering, taking on their schoolwork, and weren't able to make it out tonight. But it's awesome to have them here tonight so they can be recognized for the great accomplishments they had. Beyond the 5th place at state and the incredible competitive accomplishments these kids have made, the authentic simulations and the connections to community that they've made this program are just really impressive. The training and discipline and razor sharp focus that I've seen them develop over this year, it's just such a great progression to even see the kids that came in strong just get stronger, and the kids that came in to really develop to that point has been great. They're developing organization and leadership skills, and this club and the family and the communities really offers a support network well beyond the high school years. The alumni family that I saw engage with this team over the years, it's just, it is an impressive community. And most importantly, I really believe this program is giving students the concrete tools to become the change that they want to see in the world. The moral authority of our citizenry is held up by the integrity of our judicial system, and I would love and be so proud to have these kids operating in that system or somewhere else engaging in that. So thanks to the kids, you guys did an awesome job. Thanks to the family and the administration, all the support we've had this year. I just want to see, Russell, you want to say something real quick about this experience for you, or Sam, or somebody?
Yeah.
Awesome, please, our captains.
Hi.
Can you you have to be sure to introduce yourself first.
Yeah, my name is Sam Allen. I'm a senior this year at TAM, and I'm one of the co-captains along with Russell Worth, my co-captain and best friend. So basically, I just want to say it's an honor to receive, or well, no, I'm mixing up my words. I want to thank the school board and thank Dr. Sinyard and the teacher coaches for recognizing us and our hard work, because I can't express how much work myself and all the people behind me put into this. You know, we have schoolwork for the seniors, we have college apps, and we're practicing towards county, which is in January, 4 times a week from 7 to 9, each night with homework. And Danny Budish, the lovely young lady standing right here, was also captain of water polo. I don't know how she did that, but these kids are all working incredibly hard, and so I really thank you guys for giving them the recognition that they deserve, because they truly are incredible people. Mock trial, it's been an honor to represent the county again this year. It's a great system, it's a great sport. Mostly because not only do you learn about the legal system and arguing things like constitutional law, which is what I do, or learning about the evidence code and objections, which is what these two people right here do. It's also about family, because the connections I've formed through this program with the people behind me are everlasting and limitless. And as Mr. Rollins was saying, the alumni connection is still strong. Once you leave, you don't leave. There's always a support group right there for you, which is what I think is the coolest part about it. So there are so many lessons that you learn, like public speaking skills and things like that are applicable to every single career path or whatever opportunity you choose to take in life. So that's why I think mock trial is probably one of the most valuable experiences of my high school career. So I just want to thank you guys for recognizing that and the hard work we put in this year. So thank you.
Hi again, my name is Russell Worth, and I actually think Sam hit every point that I was going to talk about very effectively, so good job. But yeah, I would reiterate, I think that, mock trial, we call it a sport for a reason. The team that we create and the experiences that we have together, spending all that time preparing, both in the classroom and then outside the classroom, working in our houses and everything, it really is a massive time commitment, and it brings together a community of people who you might not actually interact with if you weren't on this team together. So, yes, it's been amazing. It's been, it really brings together an interesting group of people, and it's always amazing for me now to see the change where I was a freshman on the team, and now I can look back and see how it's affecting everyone on the team and how it's really giving them confidence. I always reflect the first time I came into practice, I was shaking in my seat because I was so nervous to be called on, and now I'm speaking in front of you all. So, it really has impacted my life amazingly, and I really hope that it continues to do so and represent the county in such an effective and amazing way. So thank you very much.
How many members of the team are there?
There are 25 of us.
I saw the picture. It looked like a lot.
Yes, it's interesting traveling. We have a fun time with that. But yes, so it's about 25 each year that get to spend time with our amazing coaches. Unfortunately, our attorney coaches aren't here today, but David Vogelstein, Dorothy Proudfoot, and Rick Brandon, they donate amazing amounts of time to really, teach us their lessons. They're our mentors, so it's amazing.
I'm sure they're very proud of you also.
I have a question for you, Russell. It's
Yes.
such an amazing program. And 20 years running, is that it? That's awesome. Do you have an application system, or do you take all comers? Do you have more than 25 who want to be on mock trial, or
Well,
how does that
yes.
go?
So unfortunately, we have many more people than we can actually take on the team. We have upwards of 80 applications a year to be on the team. We only have space for about 25. because the organization that puts it on the Constitutional Right Foundation, you can only have about 25 people on the team to actually register. So it's really hard to get on the team, and so, you know, for the people that do get to come on and join, it really is that close-knit family, and they're all amazing, and we wish we could take everyone, but we just simply can't due to numbers and everything like that. So, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming, and we did want to honor you. This is very, very proud. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Okay, trustee report. Jessica, let's start on your end.
So first and probably most important thing that's happened recently is we had a speaker, Matt Bellis, come to our school, and he talked about basically kind of a new approach against drugs and alcohol abuse, and he discussed with us kind of finding our natural highs, as he called it, and finding things that we love to do that give us that kind of excitement and that same sensation that some people look for in drugs and alcohol. So that was very interesting. And to go alongside with that, we had our ELE week, which is Everyone Loves Everyone week. And at the end, we had a grilled cheese day where we sold grilled cheese and chips and sodas on the South Lawn. And the point of it was to try and promote staying on campus and kind of creating this community. And we actually succeeded really well, and we had about 200 people by, and there were kids playing with frisbees on the lawn. It was really exciting to see, and it was exciting because it was such an improvement from last year. Also, we're continuing with our Adoptive Family fundraiser, which we started, I think about like 3 weeks ago. And it's going really well. And we also had alumni speakers come in, I think it was last week, and so they came in and talked during some of the classes. They talked about their careers and how they got to where they were, and it was just kind of showing the students different career paths possibly to take and things that they might be interested in. Also, our rocketry team is attempting to qualify for the national championships this weekend, so hopefully I'll have good news for next time for that.
Rocketry?
Rocketry, so they're building.
That's what I thought you said.
They're building rockets, and I think there's like qualification for how high they can go and stuff like that. I'm really not into it. I'm not very technical, but sorry. Anyway, but they're trying to qualify for that, and they've been working really hard. I know some of the people on the team, and also we're having CASI testing that happened last week, and so all the sophomores participated in that. And Olivia Runfeld and Hagen Wade won the Black Cat Award at a art show for their photography. And also Jason Seavey and Michael Schwartz performed with the SF Jazz All-Stars in New Orleans at Crescent City Jazz Festival. So they're both in the band, and they're both in the jazz band and the regular band. And they had a lot of fun with that. And then this week is our open house. And we are going to be having a silent auction to try and support our prom, and it's our biggest fundraiser of the year. So hopefully that will go well.
That's Thursday night, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought. Emily?
So in leadership, we are planning a blood drive for April 6th, and we do this twice a year. We have them back in the fall, and they're always very successful, and I'm looking forward to doing that and donate some blood. Also, this Saturday, we have Italian night and the senior auction. So you're all welcome to come to Italian night, eat some delicious Italian food. We're going to have nothing bundt cakes, also some sponsors from D'Angelo's, so that should be delicious. And we have tons of really cool items up for auction, some yoga classes, some art, a bunch of different things if you want to have a fun night out that parents can bid on. And all the money from the auction goes to senior week activities and prom. So we could really use your support. Open house is going to be this Thursday from 6 to 8. And we're looking forward to an evening where teachers can really showcase all the work that their students have done over the year and what they've been learning. Also, we have the Student Advisory Council has been meeting. I went to one of the meetings. We talked a lot about the math department and just TAM in general and ways we can improve and things that are going well. And it was a really productive meeting. I think we came up with a lot of good ideas and some solutions that I think could definitely really help. Also, we had the CASI last week. All went well, and we're really looking forward to high pass rates. Also, we're having a Community Service Awareness Week, which is also the week of April 6th. So it's going to start off with a blood drive, and then we're having a clothing drive for LGBT community members. Then we're going to have a community service fair. So different organizations are going to come to TAM and they're going to showcase different ways that students can volunteer, and they're going to have sign-ups for students to volunteer. And also we're going to have students who have volunteered talk about their experiences, to show what they're interested in, whether it's helping the community or just finding out different career paths, just to really show the student body that there are ways to volunteer and more than you would think of. Our global studies trips are almost upon us. So on the 8th of April, we have a group of kids going to Pamplona to reunite with their exchange students, and also on the 8th we have a group of students going to Orthez in France, and then the week after that we have our students from our drama program going to London. So that should be very exciting. Also, seniors are starting to receive college acceptances, which is really exciting, and there's a ton of buzz on campus about that, where you're going, what are you doing. So things going great, and it's very exciting.
That's great. Thank you.
So at Drake, although we are always very academically focused, there is just a huge range and a variety of ways for both staff and students to join in on events and activities on campus that are able to both display and help grow their talents and abilities. In early March, we had our production of Spamalot in the drama program, which was sort of a satirical Monty Python play. And on the last night of it, they actually had to turn people away because the theater was too packed. So I think that is a sign of its success. And then this weekend, and also next weekend, is the production of the play You Can't Take It With You. And this is it's really the first the first extracurricular drama production that we've had in years. So this basically means that to be in this play, you really just have to audition. You don't need to be enrolled in any drama course, which is really great if kids just want to try it out without having to take the class, or if just drama didn't fit into their schedule this year. It's just a really unique opportunity, and should also be a very successful play. This past weekend, the jazz band went down to Anaheim for a performance, and they won the Spirit of Anaheim award at the festival. My brother was actually in it, and he said that it was very successful. Just a really cool opportunity for them to go beyond school performances and the monthly performances that they do at the Sleeping Lady locally. Also, this past weekend, our boys varsity basketball team played, and we are #2 in Northern California, which is very exciting for us, yes. So I'm sure you guys have heard all the buzz, but we had they did, I wasn't really a part of it, but they had a very long and successful and just a really super, super spirited season. It was definitely very bittersweet to see it come to a close. And then on April 8th, going along with the displaying of talent, we have our annual Drake's Got Talent night, which is essentially a talent show that ASB puts on, and kids, can really just showcase any talent. So we have traditional bands and singers and musicians. Last year we also had someone who did unicycling. So there's a really big range, and it's always very successful. And we actually, the audience votes on a winner, and then the winner of the talent show then performs at the Spring Rally, which is 2 days after, on April 10th this year. And lastly, our advanced placement studio art students have the opportunity, and many are going to Italy over April break, where they will be both looking at art, all of the classics really, and they will also have the opportunity to travel around Italy and do some art of their own. So students are really just getting involved in a lot of what Drake has to offer beyond the academics.
Great, thank you, Zoe. That was really fun. I went to that talent show one time. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's really fun. Okay, next item is public comment. This is the time during the meeting when we take public comment on things that are not on the agenda. And we ask that you please line up so that I have some idea of how many people will be speaking, that you introduce yourself, and that you please stay within a 3-minute time limit according to our policies. Great. Okay, thank you.
Hi there. Robbie Palton. I'm with the Wellness Advisory Board today, who is helping with the new wellness center that's being constructed in Redwood. And I want to encourage today that you guys fully fund that program. The Wellness Center has a lot to offer.
Robbie, it's going to be on the agenda, so that would be, I'll have time to comment on that during the agenda.
Well, excellent. I'm so glad to hear it.
Thank you, Robbie. I'll be looking forward to come back.
Gotta stick around now.
Thank you, Robbie. Oh, there's the restroom. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any items that are on the agenda, like the Wellness Center, there will be a time for public comment during that. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Avery Flasher-Duzganesh. I'm a graduate of the TAM district. And I've been coming probably 5 times before this, and I've expressed some concerns about the district's mistreatment of me as well as other students and teachers. And now I finally have documents through the Freedom of Information Act and various emails and online sources. I have information to prove that. So the first 3 documents that I have a stack of 21 documents. I'll go through them really fast so I can finish in 3 minutes. But I'm going to be handing them to you after the meeting so you can take a look at them. And Chuck Ford, I wanted to address you because I've heard a lot of great things about you and that you were a teacher before this and that you're coming on as a teacher. And I really sincerely hope that you take these documents into consideration. So the first 3 documents are basically, they're not as important as the others because they're basically just online complaints I found from parents about your attorney, Lenore Silverman, who just doesn't seem to have students' interests at heart. There's 3 of those. It says, unresponsive, lies, oppressive, and there's lots of stuff that I would seriously look into there. Then we have just a really rude email that she had to retract about just like saying inappropriate, unprofessional things like, oh, I need to keep breathing. I feel better now at the end because of the bad things that happened to me. She said, oh, I feel better now. So it was just really inappropriate and unprofessional for a lawyer to say that. So then I want to move into what Amir Mustafa and Wes Cedros were doing to try to keep me out of general ed classes and contain my schedule and get me to graduate early and just through many lying and illegal measures. So the first document that I want to address is how it does through the Freedom of Information Act we were able to find these, but the first document really just it states that it shows that my academic advisor over at Heritage, which is the treatment center that I attended, was basically it just proved, the document basically proves, because she's responding to the fact that Amir Mustafa seemed to be asking for me to take economics and government during my junior year, which were actually senior classes, to get me to graduate early. So I assume their plan was to let me not even go to Redwood at all. But it just proves that but they weren't able to. But it proves that that's what that Wes and Amir were trying to do. Wes Cedros and Amir Mustafa. So then there's more documents about how they tried to keep me out of advanced drama, even though that later documents on my transcript show that I had enough drama to take it. They basically lied to the drama teacher, so I couldn't take advanced drama, and they had a therapist as part of the program that they put me in unfairly. They had no reason to, because I was actually ahead in my credits. I found that out later. They had no reason to put me in that program, and they had a therapist in that program that didn't advocate for me at all and helped the district actually lie to the drama teachers about how much drama I had actually had, so I wasn't able to take advanced drama until the 2nd semester. So this document shows that. The next couple of documents are my transcripts from the treatment center I attended, Heritage and Redwood. And then this document, the next document shows how my mom was actually asking for me to take physiology or chemistry as an additional science, and they said that they were full because my schedule shows I wasn't able to take those. And well, I'm gonna get to how full they really were, but then here's another version of my schedule, and then there's a series of documents that are basically emails begging Amira Mustafa to try to change my classes so I could be in an appropriate setting. That's FAPE, which is free and appropriate public education, and it's not obeying what Amira did was not obeying LRE, least restrictive environment, which is an IDEA law for students with IEPs, because I thought I needed an IEP because I was depressed at the time. So these documents are basically just she wrote to a Heritage School member who my mom wrote to her, and Amira wrote back saying that my mom was very anxious, and that my mom was very anxious, and that she couldn't, and that whenever we contacted the school Heritage again, that we would have to refer my mom to this TAM district. So that was basically trying to make it so people couldn't communicate, and that's pretty bad. So because it just seems like they're trying to shut us up so we couldn't, find out the truth about it. So, and then she said, yeah, we were anxious. Well, of course we were going to be anxious if you're lying straight to our faces. So then there's more documents about how the person from Heritage was more responsive toward Amira once you found that out. Oh, okay, I'm almost done. Then there's more documents about that. Then there's more documents about just the classes. They said that, and I said this in a previous board meeting, that humanities was an English class. There's proof from the principal of my treatment center, Ben Parker, who said that humanities was indeed not an English class, and that they lied about that. And then here, the last two documents are the class sizes we were able to get a hold of, proving that there was indeed room in the classes, chemistry, economics, and English, that there was room in those classes. So here are the documents. I would hope that you would all put yourself in these shoes about trying to build a new life for yourself and just have all of your hopes and dreams shot down by the district. And thank you. I'll give you the documents.
I'll share with everybody. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Patty Bates. I live in San Anselmo. I have twin boys that are seniors. One's at Drake, one's at Novato High School. I also have 7 grandkids that are going to be coming up through the TAM district. My oldest grandson is a freshman at Drake. He's a straight A student, has been ever since he started school. His history is his favorite class to take. For his 14th birthday, all he wanted was to go to Washington, D.C. to see all the monuments. He's in the YMCA Youth Government program, and he really does not like the project-based classes. For his progress report, he got a D in history right now. He's turned in all his work, but all the kids that are working with him have not. It's catastrophic to him to get a D. I don't think he's ever had a D. I understand that you say that in the workplace that's the project groups are the way they go, but those people are getting paid to work in those groups, so they're going to do the best they can. I don't feel that a freshman, especially kind of a nerdy, smart freshman, is that he should have to rally the kids around him to do their work. I don't feel that that's his place, and he's going to do everything he can to get the grade that he knows he deserves. So in essence, he's doing the work of all of them, so that he can get the grade that he deserves. So that's one thing I wanted to say. The other thing I wanted to say was about the math. I mentioned this a month or so ago about my son who's a senior. He did the algebra P1, P2. He's just not a math guy. He wasn't that good. He was scheduled to take business math this year, his senior year. He has an after-school job where business math would have benefited him greatly, but business math was taken away. So he was thrown into geometry, and at this moment he might not graduate because of that geometry class. He wants to go to college. He wants to go to JC, and it's just really depressing for him that he's struggling as hard as he can, and then he got thrown into this class. He could have gone to summer school. Maybe that would have helped him in math, but summer school was canceled as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening. I'm Nejat Duzganesh. I'm Avery's father and the father of a student at TAM. I recently asked the board for releasing the amounts of the settlements, and I'm awaiting those documents. And what I've noticed is that these cases are with the Office of Administrative Hearings, which deals with special education. They may be different, I don't know their nature. But you revealed at this meeting that a payment of $120,000 was made. I'm not sure if that relates to any of the previous ones or it's a different one, but the fact that there are two or three Office of Administrative Hearing cases indicates something rotten in Denmark regarding special education at your schools.
You will be hearing from the attorney. I